What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Nasty Nate channel. Today we are finally installing some rock lights on the Duramax. It is going to look absolutely nasty, so stay tuned to see exactly how I did it, and you could probably do it to your truck just like I did to mine. Subscribe to Nasty Nate. I don't think she's too happy, boys. I think she wanted to rest a little longer. All right, guys. Huge shout out to RC1996 on Instagram, also on YouTube. He made a YouTube video giveaway where he actually gave away a set of rock lights, and I was actually the winner of it. So he's got a 4th gen Dodge on fuel forged wheels. Looks super good. I know you're gonna watch this video, so huge shout out to you, man. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to get these on the truck. I've been really skeptical about doing rock lights on my truck. I know a lot of people like them, a lot of people hate them, so I've been on the fence. I don't like anything super flashy or super ricey, for lack of a better word, but so I do want to try these out. I can't wait to get them on and see what they look like. I hope we can do a really clean install and not make them look too ricey. So we got, looks like one rock light there, wiring harness with a fuse and a switch, another wiring harness, another light, 2 more lights, so there's 4 total. And then there are actually 2 basically extension wiring harnesses, and of course a sticker. Yeah, that's a pretty cool sticker. We'll have to get that on the future toolbox as well. Man, I'm stacking up these stickers. All right, guys, so I got the rock lights out. It comes with, looks like 2 bolts and 2 nuts for each light, and I know a lot of people just self-tapper these in. So I'm gonna try to figure out what is actually the best way to do it. So we're either gonna use those or self-tappers. But first impressions on these lights, it feels like they're really good quality. They're like some kind of aluminum or some kind of metal, and they're really heavy. And I feel like a product that's really small and really heavy feels like good quality. So we're gonna go with it's good quality. But so far, everything looks super easy. We need some kind of connection to the battery here, and then run this switch. I might run a different switch in the cab just because this one looks kind of cheap, honestly. But I think you just plug this in here, and then you plug in each rock light to one of these 4, and then we run them to the wheel wells. So should be super easy. So let's do it. All right, guys, it's actually the next day, and I just want to tell you exactly what I used before we get started with the video here. Everything's already installed on my truck, but I want to show you what I used versus what I bought. I bought a bunch of stuff yesterday to do this install, but I only used these items here. So I used a number 10 self-drilling screw or self-tapping screw, actually by 1 inch. You're just going to want to make sure if you use that 1 inch screw, you're not drilling up into anything like your coolant tank or your battery or something like that, because on these trucks they actually mount stuff to the fender wells. So you want to make sure if you use a 1 inch long screw, it's not going to go through into something. You can use the 3/4, but I just wanted to make sure all the threads got into the metal that I was screwing into, so they actually held solid. And then I also used a number 8 by 1/2 inch self-tapping screw with these little clamp things. I just put them in a different box, but they're just plastic clips that I use to hold the wiring underneath the bed going across. So that looked a little better than zip ties, I thought. And then I used some of these spade terminals just for the switch that I bought, which you'll see in a few minutes. Also some crimp-on spade terminals for the power and the ground wiring. You can also use a ring terminal. I just thought this would be a little easier to use, so that's what I bought. And then some trailer wire, which I actually didn't end up needing, but if you are going to run your switch into a weird location or something like that, you'll probably need some extra wire. So stay tuned, let's get to it. So looking at the fuse box from the passenger side, there's this 125 amp fuse, I believe. You can use this. This is powered right here. And then there's this. I think this might be ignition power, something like that. But this one is constant power right here. So I'm gonna pull this nut off, and then I'm going to crimp one of these washer things on, and then we're gonna get our power source from here. So let's do that. All right, so the first thing I did was run the switch wire through this grommet here. It's easier to see this gray wire where my finger is. That is actually my DSP-5 switch for my tunes. So I ran it through that same grommet. And then if you come in here, you can see I have a breaker bar stuck in there, just literally straight through. So if we come down here, you can see that shiny breaker bar sticking through there. I taped the switch wires to the breaker bar, and we should be able to grab this and just fish those wires right up to there. Perfect. So let's get the switch hooked up. All right, so here's our little hidden switch. I used some crimp-on terminals and they just slid onto the switch, and now we can tuck this away back here, and that's where our switch is. All right, I've got the red wire attached to this power. This ground over here, this thin black wire, goes over the brake booster, and I have it grounded to where the hood gets grounded. The switch is ran inside. What I'm gonna do later is just zip tie these wires up a little bit. These will kind of go back down. I ran one light into here so we can see when we flip the switch if it actually comes on or not. So cross your fingers. Let's see what happens. Ooh, it works. All right, that's perfect. Yeah, those are super bright too. Okay, this is gonna be sick. So I think I'm gonna do it right there. Yeah, that looks good to me. I don't really know what else we need to measure or anything. We just got to make sure it somewhat lines up on the other one. All right, that one's solid. I use these little clips right here with some smaller self-tappers to hold in some of the wiring. Let me get under here and show you. So I used one right there. This one just goes along the frame rail, comes down here, and then it goes along the harness under the cab. And then this one along one of the bed rails, and then above the fuel tank. And then it meets up with the other one, which just follows this harness all the way up. Just follows that harness all the way up through the wheel well. And then there's actually like a pocket right here under the fuse box that I'm gonna tuck all these wires into, and I don't think you're gonna be able to see any of them. So here's two, here's the one that's closest, and then I think we lost the short one. It's right here. So we're gonna plug in all of those. I'm gonna try to wrap them up nice like this, and then put them in this little pocket right here in the fuse box. Close everything up. We'll see if it works. And then we gotta wash this truck and get some cool videos of it, because right now it's a bit dirty. Yeah, this fuse box popped over. All the wiring is right in here. The power wire to the switch comes off right here, goes into the fuse box, and then the ground right there. So my battery's about to die. I'm gonna go charge you guys, and we're gonna take some cool videos of this stuff when it's a little bit darker. All right, guys, the truck is finally washed up. It's finally clean. The rock lights are finally installed. Everything's buttoned up. Everything's wired up, ready to go. First of all, I want to get some tire shine on these tires because someone commented in a recent video that I need to start putting tire shine on there. So I actually bought some Enthusiast gloss dressing actually to enter the giveaway. I thought, you know, I got too many t-shirts and stuff like that, so I actually found this on his website, and we're going to test this out right now. Let's get a little tire shine edit going. Now that we got the truck looking good, tires shined, let's see what they look like. It's not very dark out right now, so they might not look like much, but oh, you can definitely tell. Oh man, I definitely need a new fender liner for this one. You can tell though, man, that's gonna look good. Yeah, and then the back looks really good because the frame is like so clean. Yeah, this is gonna look sweet. Oh, I can't wait for it to get dark. Hell yeah. All right, guys, so now while I'm waiting for it to get dark, you guys won't have to because it's a video. Check out this edit. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the Nasty Nate channel. Today we installed some sweet rock lights, the Black Label lighting or black lighting or something like that. Huge shout out to RC 1996. Thank you again for the rock lights. They just make the truck look so cool. Obviously at night, I can't get enough of looking at this thing. It is so cool. Like even the shadows behind it just look wild. It's really cool how they're like perfectly even because we actually spaced out the lights pretty well. But man, this thing looks so cool. So I would highly recommend some rock lights for your truck if this is the look you're trying to go for. But make sure you guys stay tuned to the Nasty Nate channel, and we'll catch you in the next one.